In a world where external forces constantly demand our attention, approval, and validation, the pursuit of emotional independence has never been more critical. But what does it truly mean to be emotionally independent? Is it about shutting ourselves off from others? Or is it about mastering how we react to the world around us? To answer this, let's turn to the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, one of the most profound and practical schools of thought for achieving inner peace, resilience, and emotional freedom. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the actions or opinions of others, we can control our reactions. It offers timeless insights into how we can cultivate emotional independence, free ourselves from the need for external validation, and develop the mental fortitude to thrive no matter what life throws our way. This journey of self-mastery involves developing habits that empower us to protect our emotional health, face challenges with courage, and embrace discomfort as an opportunity for growth. In this video, we will explore the core principles of Stoicism and practical strategies for emotional freedom, helping you reclaim control over your emotional state and build resilience. Are you ready to take the first step toward emotional independence? Let's dive in. The core Stoic principles and teachings. 1. Control over reactions in the Stoic worldview. The key to emotional freedom lies in mastering our reactions. While we cannot control other people, events, or external circumstances, we do have full control over how we respond to them. This idea is beautifully captured in the words of the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Take a moment to reflect. How often do you find yourself reacting impulsively to the actions of others or the events of your day? When someone cuts you off in traffic, when a colleague criticizes you at work, or when a close friend forgets your birthday, how do you respond? Is your emotional state dictated by external events? Stoicism teaches us to pause before reacting, to recognize that our emotions are our responsibility, not the responsibility of others. By learning to master our reactions, we regain control over our emotional state. Instead of letting life's inevitable challenges overwhelm us, we can choose how we respond with grace, calmness, and clarity. This is emotional freedom at its core, the ability to choose our reactions and create peace within no matter what is happening around us. Emotional independence goes hand in hand with mastering our reactions. This principle urges us to stop depending on others for our emotional well-being. Too often, we allow other people's moods, opinions, or actions to dictate how we feel. We look for validation, approval, or affection from external sources. And when these needs are unmet, we feel hurt, frustrated, or anxious. But true emotional independence requires us to break free from this cycle. It is about cultivating a sense of inner peace that is not contingent on others. When we let go of the need for external validation, we empower ourselves to live on our own terms. We no longer rely on others to define our worth or determine our emotional state. Instead, we choose to place our happiness and peace in our own hands. How often have you found yourself feeling upset or unsettled because of someone else's words or actions? Stoicism teaches us that we are not slaves to the opinions of others. When we recognize that we are in charge of our own emotional state, we can take back control and begin living a life rooted in self-reliance and inner peace. 3. The power of perception. One of the most powerful teachings of Stoicism is the idea that we don't see things as they are. We see them as we are. Our perceptions shape how we experience the world, and by changing our perspective, we can transform our emotional responses. Think about a challenging situation you faced recently. Perhaps it was a disagreement with a friend, a stressful deadline at work, or a family conflict. How did you perceive the situation? Did you view it as an obstacle, something to be endured or avoided? Or did you see it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and practice patience? The Stoics believe that we have the power to reframe any situation by shifting our perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as burdens, we can choose to see them as opportunities for growth. Instead of getting upset about things we cannot change, we can practice gratitude for the lessons and opportunities they bring. This shift in perception allows us to maintain emotional balance and inner peace. By changing the way we view the world, we can change our emotional responses to it. Practical habits for emotional freedom. Now that we've explored the core Stoic principles, let's delve into some practical habits you can adopt to cultivate emotional freedom and independence in your own life. We'll help you regain control over your emotional state, develop resilience, and embrace life's challenges with grace. 1. Detach from social media in today's digital age. Social media is a major source of comparison, validation, and emotional dependence. Constant exposure to curated, idealized versions of other people's lives can make us feel inadequate or unworthy. It fosters the false belief that our value is determined by how many likes, followers, or comments we receive. One of the most powerful ways to reclaim your emotional independence is to detach from social media. Limiting your usage or taking regular detox breaks can help you regain control over your emotional health. During these breaks, focus on connecting with the real world. Spend time with loved ones, engage in hobbies, and practice self-reflection. By stepping away from the noise of social media, you allow yourself to cultivate a sense of self-worth that is independent of external validation. You learn to rely on your own sense of value, rather than measuring yourself against others. 2. Reframe negative situations. Negative situations and challenges are an inevitable part of life. However, Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to reframe these challenges as opportunities for growth. When faced with adversity, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this situation help me become a better, stronger person? Reframing negative situations is a powerful way to maintain emotional balance. Instead of getting frustrated or upset, try to practice gratitude and empathy. For example, if you encounter a difficult person, instead of reacting with anger or frustration, consider how their behavior might be a reflection of their own struggles. This perspective allows you to respond with compassion rather than hostility. By embracing challenges with a mindset of growth and gratitude, you can maintain emotional independence and avoid being overwhelmed by life's inevitable difficulties. 3. Embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside of our comfort zone. This is one of the central tenets of Stoic philosophy. While it's easy to seek comfort and avoid discomfort, true emotional freedom comes from embracing discomfort head-on. This might mean having difficult conversations with loved ones, confronting fears, or pushing yourself to try new things. You face discomfort with courage, you build emotional resilience and strength. You prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Next time you feel the urge to avoid something uncomfortable, pause and ask yourself, how can this challenge help me grow? By embracing discomfort, you transform it from something to be feared into an opportunity for personal growth. Negative visualization. One of the most powerful practices in Stoicism is negative visualization. The act of periodically imagining life without the people or things you cherish. While this might seem morbid or pessimistic at first, it serves an important purpose. It fosters gratitude and prepares you for life's uncertainties. By imagining the loss of something important, you come to appreciate it more fully. You realize how fragile life is and how important it is to cherish what you have in the present moment. This practice also helps you develop emotional resilience by preparing you mentally for the inevitable challenges and losses that life will bring. Quick emotional resets. We all experience moments of overwhelm, frustration, or anger. When these emotions arise, it's important to have a quick and effective way to reset. One simple habit is to pause, take a deep breath, and recalibrate before reacting. This quick emotional reset allows you to create space between your feelings and your actions. Instead of reacting impulsively, you regain control over your emotional state and make a conscious decision about how you want to respond. Core affirmation. I am emotionally free. To reinforce your commitment to emotional independence, consider adopting the core affirmation. I am emotionally free. This simple mantra serves as a reminder that you are in control of your emotional state. No one and nothing can take away your inner peace unless you allow it. By repeating this affirmation regularly, you begin to internalize the belief that you are capable of maintaining emotional balance, no matter what life throws your way. It becomes a guiding principle in your journey toward emotional freedom. Conclusion: the path to emotional freedom and Stoic resilience, emotional independence, is a lifelong journey. But by adopting the Stoic principles and practical habits outlined in this video, you can begin to reclaim control over your emotional state. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom comes from within, that we have the power to choose our reactions, shape our perceptions, and cultivate resilience in the face of adversity. By mastering your own mind, detaching from external validation, and embracing life's challenges with courage and gratitude, you can achieve a sense of inner peace and emotional freedom that is not dependent on anyone or anything. Through consistent practice, you will build emotional independence and resilience, becoming the best version of yourself in the process.